Do not fall for the propaganda. Do not fall for it. Let me introduce myself. My name is Tess. This is my channel. I hope you guys stay for the video, watch it, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Whenever I say like stuff, like, you know, like shtick or something, I always think of that one part from American Psycho where he's like, what her head looks like on a shtick.
What her head would look like on a stick.
And that was a super random fact, so yeah. Anyway, if you guys haven't noticed, there's been this trend going around where it's like propaganda that I'm not falling for, propaganda that I am falling for. Whether the use of the word propaganda is a good word to use in this situation, unclear. But I personally wanted to hop on the trend to share things like that I am not falling for, because there are a lot of things that are spread and that are like people really push for people to like, and it's like you can't get me to do that, especially a lot of things that like are trending on like Instagram, TikTok, social media in general. So yeah, and I feel like it also just gives you like a pretty good insight to like who I am and like what I believe in, which is like, as I'm still in the midst of like starting my YouTube channel, like I've started it, but obviously like I'm like in the midst of trying to grow it, I feel like it's a good way to like get to know me. So let's just get started. My first thing is insane calorie counting. I think this just falls under like the general like web of umbrella, as you would say, of like gym culture and like intense gym culture. Like, it's okay, go to the gym, be healthy, like that's what I do when I go. But it's like the insane of like tracking my macros, tracking how much protein I get every day, like how much protein is in this. And it's like, yes, I fall into that. Like I am aware of protein now. I was never before as a child. Like, it wasn't until like maybe 6 months ago that I actually like started looking at how much protein was in things, which I feel like in many ways has made my life harder. So I wish I could go back to being unaware. But just, you know, tracking your macros, tracking just your calories and being like, I had to be in a calorie deficient so I can get my summer body. What if your summer body was the body that you just naturally have? What if we stopped body shaming people for just having regular looking bodies? It's kind of insane, and I have never like struggled super hard with like my body and how I've looked. I've definitely over the past 6 months because I've been on that side of like Instagram of like gym crazy people and like what I eat in a day. And it's like, sure, sometimes it's fun to see what people eat, especially if it's like genuinely like healthy, good, normal food. But then some people are like, I ate for breakfast, I had this like beautifully made yogurt bowl that had 4 calories and 200 grams of protein, like insane stuff like that. And they're like, and for lunch I had a piece of salmon, and then for dinner I had this salad with 400 grams of protein, which is not possible. I'm obviously hyperbolizing. Is that how you say that word? I don't know. But you get the gist of it, where it's like, that's not like health, like it's healthy, but it's like, is it really? Because then it's like, it seems like your whole life revolves around how like your body looks and the food you're eating. And it's like, sure, I love food. Like, that's the thing that I hate kind of about calorie counting the most, is that it forces you to like be super like hyper aware of everything that you're eating. And it's like, sometimes you just want to eat a good yummy snack or a dessert, and I'm gonna eat it because it looks good and I'm hungry, and tasting food is one of like the most amazing things humans can do, in my opinion. So I'm gonna eat the food, and I need to stop caring about the calories. The second thing I have is mixing gold and silver jewelry. As you can see, I do mix gold and silver jewelry. I'm wearing this silver necklace. Sorry if it's so loud outside. My dorm is right near a busy road, and so it's consistently loud, which is just so amazing when you're trying to sleep or film videos. But yes, mixing silver and gold jewelry, I personally think it's fine. Like, I like it. I like to do it mostly because like I have sentimental jewelry to me that is in both gold and silver. Like, I have, this one used to be gold. I think like the gold plating has disappeared, but now it looks more silver. But I think like these things mean more to me, and I would rather wear things that mean something to me than just like curate an all gold persona or an all silver. And I think it's like, why not do both? Next thing is disliking something just because it's popular. I think this goes for a lot of things, and sometimes, like, don't get me wrong, there are some things that are insanely popular that I personally just don't like that much, just like as a personal opinion. But it's when people like are obviously hating on something, not because they genuinely don't like it, but because like the fact that everyone else likes it for some reason is like a threat to them. This is mostly men that do this. Yes. Oh my god, men that do this. Like for example, like this is not the best example, but the one that comes to mind the quickest is like Taylor Swift. Me, myself, and I'm not personally the biggest Taylor Swift fan. I was when I was a kid. Okay, and this is like, I do like some of her songs. I genuinely like some of her songs. There's a lot of nostalgia wrapped up around her. She was super big to me in like elementary school and junior high. I'm not the biggest fan of her newer music just because I don't feel like I like have that same feeling with it anymore. Like a lot of her older songs just make me feel certain ways because like they take me back to when I was like 10. But she does write a good love song. Oh, hey hair. My hair is like really gross and greasy right now, so that's why it's like tied back in this braid. It takes me back to when I was 10, and I'm nostalgic for my younger self, so I like those parts. But I definitely found myself, and also the other people that fall into this are like that I'm not like other girls, like pick me girls, because it's like you don't want to like something because it's popular, because you want to be different and like an individual. And it's like you can be an individual and still like something, because like oftentimes if something is like genuinely popular, and there are cases where this is not true, but oftentimes when things are genuinely like popular, that means it's because something is like good, or at least it's found to be good by a large variety of people. Like that, like Taylor Swift is not famous and like one of the most well-known and like successful artists because like she just did that. Like it's because she has made, in many people's opinion, really good music that's worth listening to over and over and over again. She's like, she hasn't just gained a cult following by doing nothing. Like she has made arguably fairly good music. Of course there are circumstances where like people have done like shitty awful things and then like have become like famous and gained big followings, so it's like to take that up with a grain of salt. But you get the gist, where it's like hating something just because it's popular. And this is something that I'm always working on, because I am and have been one of those people as a kid who was like, I don't want to like everything that everyone else likes, because like I want to be the person who's different. Yeah, I had some internalized misogyny problems when I was a child. That's for sure. But I feel like that wraps up, like, I just, like, that's what happens so many times when I find, like, a new artist, where it's, like, so many, like, realizing so many other people like it, and it's, like, that feeling of, like, wait, I don't want to like them then, because it's, like, everyone else likes them. But then it's, like, but if I genuinely like their music, or I like something other outside of music, it's, like, why should I feel like I shouldn't be able to like it just because it's liked by other people? Doesn't make any sense. My fourth thing is, and I've talked about this on my channel a bit, I have 2 videos that I've made about this, but overconsumption, just like you need to buy like so many little glass bottles to fill your already like in a container food or something like that, or like you need to have like a 14,000 step skincare routine every single night, you need to do a daily shed, you need to wear castor oil on your belly button, which I am not a skincare expert, but I feel like doing too much sometimes can have the opposite effect that you want it to. Less is more usually when it comes to skincare. That is a lesson from my mother, and I love her, and I take her advice like it is fact. So that's why I'm spreading it to you. Just overconsumption in general, it's killing our planet. It is leading to so many awful things, and it's just unnecessary. And if you can underconsume or just like consume like a regular person, that should always be the goal. And overconsumption is pushed on us, that's for sure. So it's really hard not to want to fall into this like buying a new gadget for everything, or buying this like must-haves from Amazon. And it's like, do you really need it though? Probably not. Probably not. The next thing is hating on people for being cringe. I just like, this is something I also am working on, because you will see someone out in public who's doing something a little bit like and you want to judge them, but then it's like, okay, but what if I was doing something like that? Would I want people to judge me? And it's like, no. Like posting on the internet, people will find that cringe. Like just judging people for like what they want to do. I just like, being cringe is so subjective. Oh my god, I'm like literally a philosopher. But being cringe, like, it's like, what is cringe? What is cringe? Nobody really knows. It's subjective. We like, different people determine it, and it's like, sure, there are some things that like I objectively find a little bit cringy, but it's like I need to stop judging people. I'm actively working on that when I'm in public of like people will walk by or like do something that like makes me go like, and then I'm like, but okay, I don't know this person at all. Why am I judging them? You know? So I think we should just stop accusing people of being cringe. Like, let the people live, okay? My next thing, and this is something, sorry, I'm sitting, okay. This is something that I've discussed with some of my friends here at college a lot, and it's really funny to me whenever I think about it, but like, being nonchalant, I feel like that's a large thing that's happened, and maybe it's just a big teenager thing, which I am a teenager. I'm almost actually not going to be. I literally turned 20 this year. I am still mentally like 16. Anyway, but it's a big like teenage, like young adult kind of thing of like being nonchalant, especially when it comes to like the dating scene or like being friends with people, where it's like you want to act cool and like not respond for longer because it's like you don't want to seem too pushy or like too chalant. Like you want to like seem chill and let them chase you. And it's like, well, sure, but also like caring about things and genuinely having passion and like wanting to get to know someone, wanting to talk to them is like, that is how you find people that you like, and that is how you form connections. Like, if I have to talk to another person, like man or something, that like is not giving any energy or is not like responding somewhat fast, like I can't do it. Be chalant. Do it. Like, I'm at that point in my life where it's like I'm actually like trying to be more weird and off-putting in like out in the world, because it's like that's how you scare off the bad people and how you like attract the right people, you know, like the people who like match your energy and your level of freak are your new best friends, honestly. Like that's how you find like the real good ones, you know, and you don't want any of those like people who are gonna judge you for doing that. So get rid of them. Bye bye nonchalant people, you will not be missed. The next one is also very self-explanatory, but AI. I've also made a video on this. This is like me shouting out every video I've ever made. But like using AI is so cringe, and also it's like also ruining our environment. This is something I will cringe shame for. I said I wouldn't cringe shame for, but this one I am. I am shaming people who use AI. I think it's lazy. I'm gonna say it, it's lazy. It's taking away from human creativity and like human thought, and like you learn by doing, and if you let a computer do it, then you know you're not learning. It's a cop out. It's a way to get out of doing work, and it also just like is using up water and like killing the world. And like, guys, this is like how every single dystopian movie and book starts, is like the robots start doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, and then all of a sudden years later they're killing people. And it's like, guys, we've all seen this story before, and yet we're just letting it happen. So that pisses me off. But yeah, AI, I am a firm like don't use AI as much as I can try. Like, and also AI freaking lies all the time. I will literally like look something up, and the stupid like, here, let me look something up right now. What is a banana? Banana Republic, sure. That just took it from level 10 to 100. Like the Copilot search thing is oftentimes wrong. And so when I'm doing research, that comes up at first, and it's in like big letters, and I'm like, oh great, an answer. And then it's wrong. So AI, you're making just like everything harder, especially doing research. And it's so annoying. And also, why does every app have AI now? Like, I don't want to talk to Cheese AI on Instagram. Never have, never will, and don't want to. So yeah, can we stop normalizing that? And like, I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for your AI propaganda. No. But my next one is, I'm not into politics. People who are like, guys, like, that's just like not my thing. Like, politics is just like, I don't keep up with it. And it's like, babes, politics is in everything. It is. And like, I wish it wasn't, but it is. Like, truthfully, politics affects every single part of your life. This was like the big thing that my AP government teacher taught me in 12th grade when I took it, was that the government is literally in all aspects of your life. Like, there are laws and there are rules about literally everything, to like the type of metal that makes your bed, to the posters that make your wall, to like whether or not how much you pay for things. Like everything is regulated. The laws and the government and everything is in everything that we do. And being not political just doesn't cut it anymore. And it's a lie, because there's no way that you can possibly exist without being political. You know, you're just being neutral and letting the oppressor do whatever the fuck they want, which is not gonna fly anymore. So yeah, I hate that. I literally refuse to be friends with anyone. First of all, actually I do need to work on this with trying to like cut off friends who I genuinely like just like don't agree with, because it's like I will cut people off who I don't agree with politically, and some people might think that's crazy, and I think of it as just like, no, because it's not just that we have different political views, it's the fact that you don't view some people as human and like you're racist. So it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be friends with you, because like I have respect for those people, and by being around you myself, like I feel like I am disrespecting them. So I'm not doing that. And just like being neutral in these things, not caring, just shows that you have so much privilege. Like being like, oh, I don't really feel like voting this election. That's just showing that like whatever happens in the election won't affect you at all. White men. Mostly. And of course I myself, being white, like have a shit ton of privilege. I'm never gonna like disagree with that. Like that's just literally the facts. And so like I myself, like if I really wanted to, could be like, yeah, I don't really care about politics, it won't affect me that much. Of course, as a woman, as a woman, I am multiple women apparently. As a woman, a lot of these laws do affect me, and so like I am almost forced to be politically aware, which is a good thing, honestly, that I'm politically aware. Not that I'm forced to be. That's not the good part. I prefer to be treated as an equal as a woman, but I digress. But yeah, being not into politics, like thinking it's like, oh, I don't really want to vote, like I don't feel like it. It's a cop out once again, and just admit that like you have privilege and that it won't affect you no matter what happens. Because guess what? Like there are also people in your life that you should be voting for, even if it won't affect you. Like that's called empathy. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. The next thing I have is repackaged bigotry. This is like saying stuff like acoustic, which I thought was so fucking dumb. Or saying like, you know, like people are trying to call someone like autistic, but like they're acoustic, or like this is something that like I think is a little controversial, and I myself say this, is like, oh my god, your body is like so T. Like I think that's a great thing to say. The fact that it is pretty much being like, oh my god, like you're so like your body is perfect, and like, and of course it's not used just for skinny people, but it's usually used for people who have like an hourglass shape or fit the beauty standard. And so it's kind of like if you were to take away the fact that you're saying like T, it's like, oh my god, your body looks like so good, which sounds a little strange sometimes. Like of course I love the like, oh my god, your body's so T, like the British are coming, like I love that. I love like a good like little like play on words, a little joke. But just like it kind of like is a little bit body negative and a little bit, I don't know, maybe I'm reading too far into it. But saying stuff like that, or I'm trying to think, everything else is like leaving my mind. But just like jokes that are racist, but like, oh, but like they're not racist because they're a joke. And it's like, no. Like you're still like, even if you're saying it jokingly, like it still has that air of like you saying it is wrong. You shouldn't just be saying that, because even if it is a joke, it could be heard by someone else, and that just like perpetuates this kind of like talk and down talk to people. So let's stop that. Let's not do that anymore. My next one that I have is, this is just a personal opinion, and I will never push this on anyone, but changing my last name when I get married. I have found out through just living life that, you know what, I actually kind of like my last name, and like it connects me to my family, and I never want to lose that part of myself. So therefore, like when I get married, I don't think I'm gonna change my last name. And of course this could change. Maybe when I meet my future husband, if I even get married, you know, like I am open to the free will of the universe. If I ever get married, and let's say like maybe it's like, oh, actually like I don't really care, like it's like I'll just take the last name. Maybe I will, who knows, like time, like my my thoughts and feelings and whatever is always constantly changing, so we'll see. But as of right now, like I want my name to be my name. I like my name. I think that it holds a lot of like family history, and like it connects me to my family, and I don't want to lose that connection to like my brother, my mom, and my dad when I get married. It's like I don't want to feel like I'm leaving that part of you behind. Like it's like I want to take it. I'm just like happy to be married to someone now. But that's a personal thing. Like, and I totally understand if people are like, no, actually, like I do want to change my name. Girl, go ahead. Like, congrats. Like that, love that for you. This is just a personal preference. I'm not being like all women should never change their last name when they marry. I'm not saying that. Do whatever you want. Okay, and this is the last one. Oh my god, I also made a video on this too. It's almost as if I'm a very opinionated person and make videos about it. It's pretty much saying like humanity majors are worthless, like that kind of propaganda, or like they're not as hard as like STEM majors. Like STEM majors are so much harder, and like therefore like they have so much worth in like our world, and like you'll actually get a good paying job because like good paying jobs is like all you really need, right? Wrong. Humanities majors are very important to the world, and just because they're not taking tests on like biology does not mean that they're not difficult. Everything has their difficulties, everything has parts that are easy, all that kind of stuff. Writing papers and taking tests are not the same thing, and they hold different levels of difficulty depending on like what they are on and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I hate it, and I made a whole video about this if you want to go check it out, because I probably put my thoughts and feelings and opinions on it in a much more like clear and concise story than I am right now, because I'm just kind of rambling. But I hate it when people devalue the humanities and like the social sciences because they're not STEM. And it's like we wouldn't exist with these laws, we wouldn't exist in this country if it were not for humanities people. So pipe down. But that that is my whole little propaganda I'm not falling for. Let me know if you guys want to have a propaganda that I am falling for, because I feel like that would be an interesting take on like things that I really enjoy or find fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love these kind of videos where I make like a silly little list on my computer, and then I just kind of like ramble and talk and let my brain go wherever it wants to. They're really fun to make, and so I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. And yes, let me know if you want more videos like this or whatnot. And I hope you guys have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful day or night or whatever time you're watching this, and that you take care of yourself. And that, let's see, I'm gonna say a song right now that I'm vibing to. This is so random. I'm just adding this to the beginning, ending of the video. A song that I really have been loving lately. Come and Get Your Love by Redbone. Because I just learned in my Native American powwow class that that song is sung by a Native American band, which I think is super cool and I didn't know about until. It's that song at the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy where it's like bow 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 bow. What's the matter with them? But anyway, that was so random. Maybe I'll add this as like a song that I'm vibing to. But I love you all so much, and take care of yourselves, and I love you. Bye bye.